halftime, just need one score, and you're right in the middle of the game. And the pick six was just, really costly. That was just a really bad mistake, and that really hurt us as far as the momentum in the third quarter. But I thought the guys played hard. In South Carolina, you got to congratulate them. They're a good football team. We knew they were a good team coming in here, and they've accumulated some pretty good weapons over there. And I thought they did some good things on defense that disrupted us. But I will say that one thing I am proud of is they really ran the ball on us last year. 200 and something yards they ran the football, and this year they had a hard time running it. And Lattimore's a really good back. He had 23 carries for 48 yards. That was something that we felt like we needed to do to stop him, and we did that. But again, just the big plays and the mistakes, you can't win that way. So we'll take a couple days, let the players get away for a couple days. Coaches will hit the road recruiting starting tomorrow, and get the team back together on Tuesday, and we'll find out who we're playing and where we're playing and all that stuff. And our objective will be to try to finish with a positive note, try to win the bowl game, and try to send our seniors out with one more win, and try to build for next year. One positive, we got a lot of guys coming back that have gotten a little battle tested this year. That'll be lining up and playing for us next year. Good to see Taj respond the way he responded. I thought he did some really good things. When he came in there, made some good throws and a couple good runs, and that'll be great, valuable experience for him as he gets ready to take the reins. But again, congratulations to South Carolina, and that's all I got.
Why did you go back to Kyle?
Well, Taj, responded. I thought was doing a good job, and we at that point is, I don't know, was it 26-7 maybe or something like that? But we felt like it was, hey, we're going to give him an opportunity, and he did some good things. It wasn't anything that he was managing the game pretty good with what we were asking him to do. We just had a couple of breakdowns, but I felt like he needed the opportunity to go see what he could do.
It looked like, from one perspective, it looked like you conceded the game after one possession in the second half.
No, we didn't concede the game. We kept playing, played our butts off. We played hard. Kids kept playing. They kept battling. There wasn't anybody quit out there. Taj came in, went 10 for 18, and showed some good poise in a tough situation. But there was no conceding of the game. Nobody out there conceded. They were playing all the way to the end.
Is this the first time you feel like you've been beaten this year?
I think they 29-7. I think that's what it was. They beat us. Simple as that. But I still feel like we felt self-destructed just a little bit. I mean, we kind of our own worst enemy early in the game, and we're just doing some things that weren't very smart. And you can't do that against a good team. They'll take advantage of it, and they did that.
What were they able to do defensively after that first drive? I think he had 73 yards the first drive and 39 the rest of the half.
Them? You talking about? For us, offensively?
Yeah.
We just weren't very good on first down, and as a result, we didn't win third down. And we got behind the chains, had some second and longs, and missed a couple of plays that were there. We had a couple of plays that were very makeable, where we didn't execute the play properly. But they did a good job. They did a lot of some stemming and some moving around, and got into a little bit of their chaos defense, what we call that, chaos, and just kind of kept us out of rhythm.
Did you talk to Kyle Parker after the game? Because he didn't show up for interviews or anything.
I talked to the team. I didn't have individual meetings or anything like that, but I just spoke to the team.
That was is Kyle still your starter going towards the bowl, or is Taj now?
Well, I have to evaluate that. I'll sit down and we'll meet as a coaching staff, and we'll decide what we're going to do. But right now, I'm awful disappointed in how we played tonight, and I'm very disappointed with losing this football game. But Kyle Parker was our starter, and we'll sit down and we'll talk about it, and whoever we think gives us the best chance to win the bowl game, that's who will start the game. And if that's still Kyle, then that's who it'll be. If it's not, then it won't be. It'll be somebody else. But right here tonight, that's not a decision I got to make. We got a lot of bowl practice, and so regardless of who starts, I think both of them will play. That's going to be a pretty safe bet. But whoever we feel gives us the best chance to win, whoever we're playing, wherever we're playing, that's who will start.
You talked about first downs, and in the first half, Harper had 8 carries on first downs for 5 yards total. Was that something that you just wanted to keep pounding to try to find something there, or was it?
Well, we had some lost yardage, some negative plays, and where they did a good job with their scheme and tackled us for loss, got us behind the chains. I think we had 7 carries for 14 yards maybe at the half, and it's not like that's a lot of attempts or anything like that, but we just weren't very good on first down when we did run it early in the game. Now we came back and did some pretty good things, had some better running opportunities, and made some nice runs, but we just we're so far behind. You get 3 touchdowns behind pretty quick. You gotta change your thinking a little bit.
On the pass on the pick 6, it looked like Kyle was throwing to the flat, and Jamie took off up the field. Was there just who misread that play?
We just had a simple curl of the field, and they brought pressure off the edge, and he flushed, and they had he had to, but he just needs to throw it away or run it, simple as that. But that was just a tough play for us.
Swinney, watching the game tonight, I know you've had a lot of time to reflect on tonight's game, but good and bad, it seemed like it kind of encapsulated the season. Good and bad points, extending a drive with a penalty. Did you get that sensation at all, or have you thought that tonight's game was kind of how 2010's going?
Tonight's game was just bad, period, and it's disappointing. You want to win the football game. You work really hard, and we did not do the things that you got to do to win. Simple as that. As far as the season goes, yeah, it's been a disappointing season. We've had some tough days, some tough games, but we'll get better. I know we are. We're going to get better, and we just got to weather the storm and fight through it, and keep playing, keep hammering away. We'll have a lot more press conferences where it's going to be much more cheerful than it is right now. But right now it is what it is, and it's my job to get us better, and I will.
Your receivers like you said, you did a pretty good job on Lattimore, but just your impressions on their receivers, especially Jeffrey, who had almost as many yards as all of your receivers.
Well, Nuke had 124 yards receiving. Jeffrey had 141 yards receiving, so you might need to check your math there, Bart. But he's a good player. He's a really good player. DeAndre 7 catches, 124 yards. Jerron 3 for 28. He had 5 for 141. So I'd say him and Nuke were pretty close. Oh, Nuke had 1 for 45. He had 1 for 41. He's a good player, and he's an All-American, All-Conference guy, and he's earned that. We had a good plan, and the 2 deep balls that they caught on us, the cargo route, and then the curl and go. We got it. We're supposed to have a deep safety there, and we just made a couple mistakes where we were as far as how we identified the formation, and we came down and covered a guy when we should have identified it a little bit differently and stayed back and kind of hung our corner out a little bit. And he's the guy that makes a lot of plays, but he's a good football player. But outside of him, I thought that you know, he was really the one guy that hurt us in the passing game. You know, wasn't nobody else was really a big factor for them.
You and Kyle seemed to exchange some heated words after the interception. Did that lead to you taking him out of the game, or was that just heat of the moment, or am I misreading?
Just heat of the moment, and you know, just a decision that I felt like was best for our team at that point.
Did you switch snappers after the bad snap?
No, Skinner stayed in there. He did a good job the rest of the night. Did a great job.
You got off such a quick start. Did they change anything they were doing defensively after that first series?
Not really. Not really. You know, we had a good drive, and you know, we hit a couple plays on them. You know, early. Obviously, the play to Nuke was a big one. Something we felt like we could exploit in what we had seen film study wise, and it, you know, just the way you draw it up. Just disappointed with how we came back after that. You know, and again, you're up 7-0, then you don't get the ball back. You extend a series where they get a field goal because of a penalty, and then you turn around and just put the ball on the ground. You know, that's just those are things that you can't do and win.
Anybody got anything else?
All right.